I go to you guys for advice on things I'm a little unsure about. Here's some advice from me. So, I don't want this video to be too cliche. I want to change it up a little bit. But one of my subscribers inspired me to do this video. So, she's thinking about breaking her sobriety after almost a year. And I think alcohol, next to junk food, soy, and crack cocaine, are very destructive poisons. I call alcohol poison. I don't judge people that drink, but I promote life. So I don't encourage people to drink because I promote life. Alcohol, it destroys your liver, your kidneys. It erodes your teeth, the enamel on your teeth. It gives you headaches. It gives you that short-lived drunken confidence, that short-lived euphoria. And the downsides of drunkenness are DUIs, public intoxication charges, weirdos that haven't seen a woman in over 20 years, doing all kinds of perverted things to you while you passed out. So I don't encourage drinking, especially around men. So I feel like she's gonna stick with her sobriety because when I used to drink, I just had a hard time with my anxiety being around people. But at my age now, I don't care too much for people. So let me break this down. I don't want to be too cliche in this video, but I know some people may feel that it sucks being alone. And I want to tell you a little story. I hope that it can help a little bit. This is why I embrace being alone. I want to just be real transparent with you guys. I'm going to talk about two people. So, as you guys know, I'm working on getting a car. I'm glad my last one broke down, because if it didn't break down, I'd probably be in jail right now, this very moment. So, the relationship that I was in, the one and the last one that I might be in, I don't know what the future brings. But let's just say the person was not very good. Didn't finish high school. They didn't even want to live. So when people don't want to live, they really don't give a damn about youth. But me at the time, having a strained relationship with both parents, but the one with my mother in our relationship is a lot better, and when I leave, it's going to still be good. I needed someone to fill that void, so I would accept any piece of shit off the street. You know, they could be literally having an arrest record longer than a new bull's legs, and I'll accept them just not to be alone. But I think about all the things that could have potentially happened if I would have stayed with this person. Based on a lot of the things they were doing, I could have got caught up in their shenanigans. I look back, I would have definitely got arrested, let's just say for drugs. I would have got her, it's a lot of things I'm glad that got me out of, I'm glad I was out of that situation when I left Florida. But it was a lot of more of a headache than anything, because the person was never happy, had a lot of mental and emotional and family issues stemming from. I'm going to be a little transparent. They just had a lot of issues, and you can't build a relationship when someone is severely mentally ill. And I sympathize still with this person, but it's not something that I encourage. You know, when you are mentally ill, you need to work on your health first, and not mentally ill where you have a condition and you just manage it. It's when you have it and you lash out on people, you're self-destructive. You're a danger to others. That's what I mean by mentally ill. You can have bipolar disorder, be the greatest person in the world, but when you have break emotional breakdowns, you threaten people, you threaten to harm yourself. That's when it's a problem. But being alone, there's nothing wrong with being lonely. Now, some of the things you can do to fight the feeling of loneliness: go for a walk, exercise, eat the right foods in your body. I would even encourage you to try to alter your appearance in ways where you love yourself a little bit more than the next person. There's nothing wrong with narcissism, you know. There's nothing wrong with, saving your money. Things that you could do when you're alone. I encourage people: saving your money, working out at the gym, stay sober. I should be the last person to tell somebody to stay sober. But if you do any drugs, make sure they're not the hard kinds that make you end up in the hospital. Because I don't want it to stay like, oh, being lonely is great because all you have is yourself in this world. I embrace solitude so much. I embrace it at this point. Because relationships, to me, dating is all for show. It's like having a cat. It's like having a nice car. I wanted to show people in my life, even some of y'all, that I could be in a midship. I could date somebody. Somebody finds me desirable, and at this point, I can give a damn about it. And the same thing with the guy. I wasn't really too fond of calling another man on the phone, talking about nothing. I didn't really care for meeting up with another guy before I go to work. I'd rather read in my house alone till I go to work. I'd rather catch the train alone. You know why? Because his method of going to work was a lot more dangerous than anything, because he smoked weed in public on the train. He evaded his fare. He never paid his fare. And as a black man, being alone, wearing shoes from Burlington Coat Factory and a Knicks hat is police repellent. And as Guy Fawkes would say, you know how he says having a Starbucks coffee is like white people, well, not white people repellent, but it makes white people comfortable. Being a black man by yourself makes white people very comfortable. And this has nothing to do with race, but I just don't like the idea of traveling with a flock of niggas in a car or on the go. Because if we are going in large groups, it's a certain way we have to carry ourselves. It's a certain way we have to dress. And everybody doesn't think like me. So that's why I prefer to just walk by myself. I don't roll with a group of guys. And a lot of y'all here, a lot of y'all seem like you guys are mostly solo dolo like me. But I don't roll with a bunch of dudes like I'm still in high school. I'm a very private person. And other than most of the things I told y'all, I don't really like a lot of people in my business. And the less people in your business, the better off you are. But it is nothing wrong with being lonely. The word sounds a little harsh, but you're not going to find nothing wrong with loneliness when you're taking care of yourself, when you're exercising. Exercise makes you feel good. Shit. If you could, get butt injections done. Whatever you can do to boost up your self-confidence and make you a better you, please do it. Because I've learned at this age and last year that people really ain't shit. And excuse my language, people ain't shit. The less people in your life, the better. I know it may seem great at times to have someone to talk to, someone to be around. But people are the catalyst of why everyone, like, we have jails, nut houses, mental hospitals. I've been in two in my lifetime. You know, people are in jail because of crimes they committed against other people. People are in in mental health facilities because of other people. You know, people are the problems. They are the catalyst of your problems. I stay far away from most people. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, keep people out your business, embrace loneliness, take care of yourself. Mostly exercise, because the foods you put in your body a lot of the time determine how you feel mentally. Alone time is wonderful. And I encourage church service. You don't always got to pay your tithes, but church service rocks.